Colin Calderwood made his home debut as Hibernian manager in the Edinburgh Derby and lost.
Templeton! Wonderful goal!
The struggle for goals and wins in the first months of the Calderwood era are a fading memory. Hibs are back on form, but can they provide their fans with their first Derby win in 2 years?
He's done it! Hibs, hat-trick hero! Super strike! Cracking start for Hibs! Hibs strike first in the Edinburgh Derby! Wyden, it's in! Fletcher! And it's in! Penalty! And it's 1-0 to Hibs! And that feels so good! So very good!
It's the third and possibly final Edinburgh Derby of the season. It's Hibs against Hearts at Easter Road Stadium in Leith, bathed in sunshine and available in high definition on Sky Sports HD4. Well, Dundee United's win at Ibrox had a profound effect on the top of the table. It also gives them an incentive to push on and catch Hearts in third. If Hearts win today, however, they'll go within 3 points of Rangers, having played 3 games more than the champions. A derby win for Hibs would put them up into 8th and give them the impetus in the last 3 games before the SPL splits to try to push on for a top 6 place. Well, I'm joined in the studio by Neil McCann, who had 2 spells as a Hearts player and scored in this particular fixture. Neil, we know that Hibernian are coming into the stronger and seemingly making confident noises about winning a derby game after a 2-year gap. Are they right to be saying things like that? Are they right to feel confident?
I think they're better placed, David, to have that belief, no doubt. In the New Year's game, it just seemed that they lacked goals, they lacked confidence. You know, things just weren't going well for Hibs at that minute in time. Just now, they've got their form sorted out. They're finding they've been more solid from defence to front. They're scoring goals. And of course, they're better placed to believe that they can get a result today.
However, statistically, Hearts come in here at 6 places and 26 points ahead of Hibernian in the table. But that doesn't give a true picture of current form. Listen, Hibs went 10 games without a win. They've rallied and not lost in their last 6, winning 5 in a row. They've actually picked up half of the points for the season in these matches. Hearts, meanwhile, have seen their form shade recently. They've failed to score in 3 of these fixtures. Empty Hearts dressing room with the players out on the pitch at the moment, but there's Jim Jeffries, who's made it today from his sick bed, making some final notes here. Will he be confident that his team can match up to Hibs now that they are fresher and more confident?
Yeah, I just feel as if Hearts have shaded a wee bit, David, and possibly subconsciously they've maybe just thought, time to relax now, we've got 3rd spot secured, but it isn't secured, and Jim Jeffries will be making sure. It looks pretty tranquil in there just now. But just before kick-off, he'll be reiterating the fact that you have not secured 3rd place yet. Dundee United are still pushing you. You have to get yourselves back on form, which you were earlier part of this season. You have to start scoring goals again. And today it starts with getting a good performance first and foremost against Hibs, but try to win the game.
Well, unfortunately, we'll not be hearing from Jim Jeffries today because he's got a very, very bad chest infection. We can, however, hear the final Derby Day thoughts of the Hibernian manager, Colin Calderwood.
Colin, are you hoping it's 3rd time lucky for you in an Edinburgh Derby?
Of course, you know, it's we've got to give the fans the reward, I think, for a season which is nowhere near palatable for them. So we're going to get out and try and put on a show. Always an opportunity to win, and none greater for the Hibs fans and for ourselves today is to give them some sort of reward for the season.
You've had quite a break. Give us your thinking behind your team selection.
Well, there's not too many changes, you know. We've, 1 or 2 of the boys have been away with under-21s, came back with a couple of knocks, but fortunately they've all recovered in time. We've got a super week ahead of us, starting off with what we hope to be a very good day.
And from your own point of view, how significant would a win be for your team today, because you've got a bit of form going into this game?
It's the one we want to win, you know. I don't think you can put a marker on it. It's the one we want to win, and give, as I say, this is a reward for the fans. Any victory would only be that today.
Good luck.
Thank you.
There's big team news for Hearts. Goalkeeper Marian Kello is out with a back injury. Andrej Mroviek and Egert Jonsson are both suspended. Top goal scorer Rudi Skacel can only make the bench, and Kevin Kyle, they wanted him to play, but he hasn't made it even to the bench today. Neil, where are the goals coming from there?
Well, they've put Ryan Stevenson up front, David. We've saw he gets goals. He's done it against Rangers when he went up there, so he'll provide the physical presence along with Stephen Elliott through the middle. But the big areas for me is Templeton on the right hand side and Driver on the left. Good to see Andy Driver back, and he'll provide the width and hopefully the service to Stevenson and Elliott to get the goals. But David, what they have to do, those guys have to tuck in, because where Hearts are strong in the wide areas, midfield area of Hibs 4, they'll tuck in a little bit, and that means that Hearts wingers, when they don't have the ball, have to squeeze in to stop Hibs from overrunning the midfield area.
How much will the 6 transfer signings that Hibernian brought in make an impact in this game? In particular, Victor Paulsen, who's made a big impact in midfield. I
think he's been excellent, and when you're bringing in a 19-year-old, David, you're possibly not expecting him to have such a big impact straight away, but he's done that, and he's came in, he's confident. What he is a physical presence, and I think that's what Hibs have lacked. Not just recently, but for a number of months. And he goes in, he breaks things up. You can see here he can pick a pass, but first and foremost, he provides that strength and power from the middle of the park. He'll go in, he'll break things up, he'll make passes and try and allow the players like Riordan's and Liam Millers to go and affect the game with their ability.
Are you impressed with the way that Colin Calderwood was given backing by the Hibs board for signings like this, and it's made a real impact on the pitch?
I'm really pleased, not only the backing but giving him time, because there was pressure on Colin Calderwood, and ridiculous although it may seem, that there definitely was pressure on him, but his signings have came in, they've made an impact, they've got things going, they've got their form going. Young Callum Booth getting involved as well is like a new signing. He's come through the ranks, but he's been a real plus for Hibs also.
Big test for them all today though, isn't it?
It's a fantastic game to be involved in, and it is a big test because I think Hearts will come out strong.
OK Neil, kick-off for the big game is just a few minutes away. It's the 3rd Edinburgh derby of the season. Hearts are in 3rd place and unbeaten in their last 6 derbies, but Hibs players are confident and come in on their best run of the season. The capital clash is live next. Stadium's filling up and the atmosphere is building for the 3rd Edinburgh derby of the season. If Hibs don't make the top 6, it'll be the last one, so that's added motivation for Hibs in this particular fixture. Not that they need it. It's live in Sky Sports High Definition now. Well, Hearts love coming here. They've only lost once in 5 years. Do you love that coming here, that kind of record when you come here as a Hearts player?
David, it's just great. You know, I've been lucky enough to play in big games, but I still remember these fondly. These are some of the best occasions in my career, playing in the Edinburgh derby. Some brilliant occasions. And the last thing that Jeffries will be saying in there, that dressing room, is about desire. Do you want to go and win the game? Don't forget to play, but get out there and show that you want to win the match.
Given their injuries and the players missing, will Hearts need to rely on Jeffries' noted powers of lifting players?
Well, that is one of Jim's biggest strengths. Jim is getting the best out of his players, and like I said there, it's about desire and showing a will to win the game, but then leaving it up to the guys who can go and affect it and create things for Hearts.
That's the former Hearts winger Neil McCann. Let's hear now from the former Hibernian striker Andy Walker, who's co-commentator today with Ian Crocker.
Thank you, David. The 291st Edinburgh derby is almost upon us. Hearts have had the better of them over the years and in recent times. They've won the last 4 derbies. Hibs are due a result overdue. These Edinburgh rivals first met 134 years ago. It's a rivalry older than the old firm. There's always lots going on in the Scottish capital, but for the locals, there's only one show in town today. Every kick counts when these two meet, and not necessarily a kick of the ball.